Blessings to our ancestors. Blessings to our spirit guides. Observe the minute silence that I just done. Family is very powerful when you're able to silence your mind, silence your thoughts, silence all emotions, and just go back to the beginning. The oneness, the start, the stillness, the nothingness from where we once came. What you're doing is tapping in to the frequency of what people regard as God. I just call her Mother Nature, the divine, the source. Yourself, your most highest self. Most highest self. Because you have ancestors, you have spirit guides, so we're going above that. Because they tap into that too. So they help you to tap into that too. Through them, you access the pathway to the source. Because obviously they're in the spiritual realm, they're your ancestors, your spirit guides. That's what they're called, spirit guides. Because they guide you back to the source energy which you once are. So family, this is why in the majority of my videos now I do a minute silence, which is respect and love and honor to each and every one of you that come up before us and come up after us. I mean, this is the most powerful, most blessed, most greatest time to ever be existing on the plane of existence, ever. Why? Because tomorrow never comes, and today is a new beginning. Why is today a new beginning, you may ask? Today is a new beginning because each and every thought is a creation, is a new molecule, is a new atom, is a new cell towards our peace, free, FREE, and the Trinity, coming back to one community, one family again. Family, the Irish, the Jamaican, the Caribbeans, Scottish, Welsh, we are the true, original, human beings. We are the true, divine, royal blood. We are the true, if you want to refer us, we are the true kings and queens, because there's no such thing as kings and queens, we're just one. Yeah? Obviously being Tutankhamun, I was referred as king, but obviously we were just one, we were equal. I was tapped into Mother Nature just like I am now to ensure that this time will come forth. I found my Mary. Therefore, Mary is Akanasa. Did I say that right? Yeah? Aka something. Oh, she can say her name properly. Yo. Being Tutankhamun, I am the reincarnation of obviously Jesus Christ. People refer to the Lord, the Savior, but in truth, you are your own Savior. When you listen to the messages and the light and the truth, the uncorrupted truth, the truth is, family, like I said just previously, the true royal bloodline are the Irish, Scottish, Welsh, and the Caribbean. Hence why all around the world you will find that the Irish and the Jamaicans are literally tarnished, put to the bottom of the ladder, ensured to be the purest, been through the most. Now that's not to blame any human being on this plane of existence or mankind, because we now know that there are spiritual entities, dark entities that have invaded our Mother Earth, invaded our space, invaded our family, and because of their slyness, their skillful tactics, because they're what we refer to as a pussycat, rather than face us face to face and fight us face to face, what they've done is decided to trick us and put certain chemicals, parasites, worms, nanobites, metals, family, undertaken, the whole reason of them vaccinating a child that they can't make, a child that comes from the source, Mother Nature, born perfect, because no man, no woman doesn't decide when a child is born. That's up to Mother Nature, that's up to the source energy. Family, if no man or woman can create a child, why is it that any man or woman should have the know-how, or why should you let another human being vaccinate your child that you and your woman created? Nobody was involved in that apart from you and the woman, the love between you and woman, which created that beautiful child. Because Mother Nature, the source, says yes, this is the time, this is right. Family, know who you are. Look at your woman, that was divine timing, and then divine timing of your child. This is why I was born, and this is why we're all born. We all have a purpose. We're all divine timing. Yeah. Now I say that to say this. We all know the truth. The truth sets us free. The entities we are fighting against, warring against, not physically but spiritually, they are not physically in this realm. What they use is our people, as well as the people that created from us, so they still are our people, because the entities are not in this realm. So any body you see upon this plane of existence came from the fact the dark melanated Caribbeans, Jamaicans, integrated with the light melanated Irish, Scottish and Welsh, which brought forth the Asian, Chinese and Japanese, 4 types of mankind. Family, this is irrefutable facts, evidence, proof. If you disregard anything I say, please, because honestly this is reaching every atom and molecule, cell, child and child for future existence, because this truth will set us free. We are already free, we just didn't realize it. I mean, we are the true divine royal beings. They are not, they came from us. When I say they, I'm on about the ones in the, obviously, as I said, the Asian and the Japanese, they came from us. Yeah, obviously we were the first land creatures. Yeah, but obviously to be able to walk on the land and withstand the pressure of the X-ray of the sun, you need to be dark melanated. And then obviously when we integrated with our mermaid compatriots, because we were all mermaids at one time, women, that's a fact. Irrefutable proof that we can say that we were all women at one time. So obviously the first land, when we took upon land, we had to be dark melanated, but then when we integrated back with the mermaids, this is when we created all races. Yeah. Now, it seems, no, it don't seem, obviously, then from that, other races were created, obviously crossing gene splicing with the spider monkey and so forth. I'm not going to go so far into it because I'm not about putting anybody down. It was nobody's fault. At the end of the day, it was evil entities that got into each and every one of us and tricked us and made us forget about the moon, the mum, and replaced the mum with the sun, making people think that the son, the father, Jesus Christ, is your maker. I am not your maker. I am not your maker. Jesus Christ said he is not your maker. The moon, the moon, the moon. The cow jumped over the moon. Hence why the cow is so sacred in certain parts of the world, because they're trying to tell you the moon, the most powerfulest. Come back. Obviously, source is obviously the most powerful. The source created the moon. We are all part of source. We are all part of the moon. The female energy. Yeah. What came first? The female. In female, you get the male. So the moon came first. The mummy came first in order to create the sun. Do you know the moon's there at the sun sometimes when the sun's out? When the moon is out, it's the same time as the sun sometimes. I'm like, what's the moon doing now? She's always there. You just can't see her. She has different periods, different seasons, different changes. Chaos with a capital K. Yeah. Chaos. Why? You need chaos, atoms, molecules, and cells in order to create. And then you create the sunlight, the sunlight, to bring order. Hence why the men are here to bring order. Women, this is why this information is so powerful. Especially during your moon times, because you are chaos in the spiritual realm and the physical. With the men, we put order to all the chaos. Yeah? Men, you need to respect the fact that the woman is more spiritual and you are more physical. So understand that when you're communicating, she's more in the spiritual realm and you're more in the physical realm. Yes, it took a long time for me to realize that too, but yo, it does save a lot. It does save a lot of energy on both sides, because now I realize it's just because she's in the spiritual realm. That's why women tend to go on a lot. And obviously the moon, they have 4 different signs for mankind. Come on, they created the 4, we're all women, so don't get it twisted, yeah? But right now, our women are being targeted, family, yeah? Men, we need to know how to get along with our women, especially during their moon times. This is serious, yeah? Mary, Madeline, my wife, will be ensuring that all women are filled up and retaught and taught on how they're corrupted, how we should be, because the nannies, the women, the queen nannies, they were the hospital, they were the doctors, they birthed you, they were the spiritual healers. Family, I found Mary Magdalene, I found my mother, obviously that in Egyptian times, Queen Nefertiti, Tutu Carmen, Irish and Jamaicans. We need to come together now. This is the time, yeah. To the Asian, Chinese and Japanese, the original Egyptians, it's time, yeah. Because they already know who I am. The Muslims know who I am. Yeah? The only people that seem to be denying me are women. Yeah? Not many. Couple could count on one hand. Not even one hand, one finger. You know? But listen, that's because the entities are in them. I know what I want. Yeah? So like, And this is somebody that is obviously somebody in America, yeah. But I'm not gonna hot up no name. But honestly, everybody already knows who I am. It's written in your soul, in your source, in your energy. We're all part of the oneness of the all. So that doesn't mean to say I'm more powerful than anybody. I'm just trying to get everybody up to the ladder from the top of the pyramid. And that's what it is, family. It's time for the Irish and the Jamaicans to come together and shine like the weather. Hence why we are the basketballers, we are the boxers, we are the swimmers, we are this, we are that, but we run things from. Not to say that everybody, listen, at the end of the day, yeah, we are the creators, the originators of all faces and races. So you have to give praise and you have to give back to what's rightfully ours in the first place. Yeah? And this is what each and every race is afraid of. That's their problem. But boom. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the time. It's time for us to come together. Yeah? And shouts out to all ancestors, spirit guides. Big up you all.